You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. Be sure to smash that like button. Brian Kelly, not only did he meet with the media yesterday, he also had his coach's show last evening. So Friday kind of becomes a little bit of a news or audio dump from Brian Kelly because he meets the media, after practice sometime around 6 o'clock and then goes straight over to his radio show. Well, one of the things he did talk about, and earlier this week, I mentioned that I would like to see, we kind of phrased it as far as the offensive line struggles. Would you rather see LSU change personnel or keep their starting five in place to let them get more reps together in a game where they're going to have success, obviously, against the opponent? Well, one of the things Brian Kelly said was certainly sounded like, at least at one spot on the line, they want to try some new people.
I think we have to do a better job of maybe rotating, the tackles a little bit more and getting some more guys in the game, because that's a lot, especially for a true freshman. And he battled. I mean, he was out there battling. But then you lose some of your technique and it just becomes survival. And he's a warrior. I mean, he was out there battling every play. But I think we have to do a better job as coaches in making sure that there's a bit of a rotation with the tackles.
That's surprising, y'all, because go back to spring football. At one point during spring football, Brian Kelly made the decision, Will Campbell's going to be our left tackle. And when they started there, then everything else was able to fall in place. You had to start there. And then, of course, in camp, they made the decision Dellinger's the center. And once you had left tackle center, they built around from there. Well, one game in, and now you're saying we got to rotate tackles because we don't know if Will Campbell can handle this. I want to be clear about something. And this was a point that we've talked about here and have made for a while, so this isn't revisionist history or hindsight. Will Campbell starting his first game as a true freshman against that defensive front was an unenviable task, okay? Will Campbell against Southern is going to do much better. Will Campbell against Mississippi State and Auburn, better. We've talked about it. LSU's not going to face a defensive front that good. Not to say they won't have good players, but that good until they go to Gainesville and take on Florida. So you will expect it to be better. But who do they put at left tackle if all of a sudden now you're moving Will Campbell out of that spot? Is it Miles Frazier, who played left guard for you but played some tackle a year ago? Tremont Shorts was a left tackle at East Tennessee State. Do you try Cam Wire on the left side? I don't know that I'm comfortable with that. Cam Wire was a turnstile on the right side. Do I really want to protect my quarterback's blind side? I mean, there's a reason that you went with Will Campbell at left tackle, because he was your best option. He still is your best option, and he will, throughout this season, continue to get exponentially better throughout this season and his career. But that was just a really, really tough draw to start your career. Something else that Brian Kelly said when he met with the media was about, I almost said Blaine Bech, about Blaine Bech is a former LSU receiver who works with us here at Guarantee. His nephew is current LSU receiver, Jack Bech, who we heard in fall camp had shin splints. Apparently, it was a little more serious than that.
We've been very, very careful with him. He had the stress fracture of his leg, and we didn't want to put too much on him early in camp in particular. As we begin to ramp up the season, he's going to get more and more playing time. A lot of it was just being really careful with him, so we didn't have any major setbacks.
So, stress fracture. What they had said in camp was shin splints. Shin splints I've had. They're uncomfortable when I did distance running, which feels like a different lifetime. But I had shin splints, and it was very uncomfortable. It was very hard to run. It was hard to flex your toe and you kind of heel toe. So I can understand if you're a receiver, that's uncomfortable. A stress fracture is more severe and more significant than shin splints. So you can understand why Bech was coming along slowly. So maybe he gets more and more involved as he gets healthier and healthier. On his radio show, Brian Kelly did the questions turned to Jayden Daniels, and it was interesting to hear Kelly say he's a little more confident in Daniels this week because of the preparation.
Recognition of what the defense is, giving you requires, the quarterback then to make some adjustments. And we spent a lot of time this week, with our quarterbacks and making sure that we're getting into the right plays. And that's coaching, too. I mean, we obviously didn't do a good enough job of giving Jayden enough looks that he could get us in the right plays. So we redoubled our efforts there. I think he feels a lot more comfortable. So when he does get some of these particular looks that are in a large degree cover one pressure looks, that he's not surprised and he can manage the offense and run the offense the way he needs to.
I might suggest therein lies the benefit of a week 0 game, of a tune-up game, to have all of those opportunities and to learn when you win as opposed to learn that lesson in a loss. So a lot of things just to keep an eye on as LSU moves here into week 2. Home opener, LSU Southern, 6:30. It'll be on the SEC network. We're looking forward to it. Our guys Tom Hart and Jordan Rogers and Cole Kubelik will all be on the call. It's going to be a great day. Should be a great day around Tiger Stadium and in Baton Rouge for everybody. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.